Welcome, YouTubers. Welcome to Peter's Man Cave. We're going to be reviewing a 200 amp MIG welder multi-process machine today. It is a HZXVOGEN machine. It's HBM2280 model, and it has a color LCD display with smart control, synergistic machine with inverter technology, and it runs on 110 or 220 volts. It comes with this cable to allow it to run on 110 or 220. The machine itself comes with a cable that's for USA, and the cable is 6 feet long from the machine. This cable is like another foot, so 7 foot if you're hooking up to 220, 6 foot if you're hooking up to 110. So this is one of the accessories that it comes with. Next thing is the MIG gun. The MIG gun that it comes with is an MB24. It's 9 feet long, and it comes with an additional graphite liner for welding aluminum. It is very heavy duty. The cable says that it's a 25 mm2. Looks like 25 millimeters squared. And this cable is very thick. So that's the MIG gun. It also comes with an extra 2 1mm tips and an extra 0.8 millimeter tip. Also comes with a tool for taking off the tips on the MIG welder. Here's the wire liner that I pulled out, and I replaced it with the Teflon liner so that I could, or the graphite liner, so that I can weld aluminum. It also comes with a 2-pound roll of flux core wire for steel. Comes with a cheap hammer brush combination tool. Comes with 9 feet of gas hosing with 2 hose clamps. Comes with an arc welder torch, and this torch tip is a KB-200, and the plug on the end of it is a DKJ 35-50 plug. So that's what you need to plug into this machine. The cable itself says it's a H01 N2-D 1 by 25 millimeters squared. So this should be a 200 amp welder, and that is 6 feet long. Then we have the ground clamp, and the ground clamp has the same plug on it, which I'll just repeat here, DKJ 35-50. It also has a 1 by 25 millimeter squared cable, the same as the arc welder torch. It is 6 feet long also. So I think I covered everything that this came with. This welder can weld aluminum, magnesium, iron, carbon steel, galvanized carbon steel, stainless steel, and copper. For flux core wire, it could use 0.6, 0.8, 0.9, and 1 millimeter flux wire. And I think it can use the same for regular non-flux wire too. The TIG function, which it didn't come with a TIG torch, but they send you a piece of tungsten. That is set up to use 1.6 millimeter or 2.4 millimeter tungsten. The MMA function, which is the stick welding, that can use electrodes that are size 2.5, 3.2, or 4 millimeter. I use 6013s and they are 3.2 millimeter electrodes. It can be adjusted lower or higher, but that's just what is in here on its synergistic mode, if you want to use that. The machine has a steel wire feed mechanism. It has a burn back knob for adjusting burn back when you're MIG welding. When you release the trigger, it puts out a little bit more wire, so that goes from 0 to 10. It has spool gun capability with the plug in the front of the machine and a switch inside by the wire feed to switch it from spool gun to the wire feed mechanism. So that's very easy. The spool gun itself, online now on eBay and Amazon, is like $161 to $169. I've already used this welding aluminum, and with the graphite liner, it seems like that works fine with just the MIG gun itself. So buying a spool gun, I don't know whether it's worth it or not. This also has inductance control knob, which a lot of machines don't have. It also has arc force knob for arc welding, which is another feature that a lot of other welders don't have. It has voltage, amp, and wire speed adjustments. So this machine, I weighed it, and it weighs approximately 24 pounds without the MIG torch on there, with just the cable, everything that it came with, and I have a little section of hose on there. So it's about 24 pounds. So it's relatively light. The welding current is supposed to adjust from 10 to 200 amps. 10 amps is very low for a MIG welder to go, and it allows you to weld very thin metal. A lot of welders don't go down to 10 amps. Most of them, the lowest they go is like 30 amps. Some of them, the lowest they go is 50 amps. You might have a couple of 20, but that's a reason why I wanted this welder. It also has a voltage range of 10 to 26 volts according to the specs. And it seems to work pretty well. Seems to be built pretty well. And I like the display on there, which I'll cover later. You can buy the TIG torch for it, which it doesn't come with. The TIG torch would be about $60. I did buy one. And if you're to buy one, you need to get a WP-26V torch. I just checked, and these TIG torches right now are going for about $60. Make sure if you buy one that it definitely has the DKJ 35-50 connector on the end, otherwise it's not going to fit. When you're using this, you would just hook this right up to your gas regulator. A gas regulator does not come with this machine. So you have to have that, and you have to have a tank of gas if you're going to be using gas. This machine can use mixed gas, and it even has a setting for CO2 for MIG welding, which I was surprised at. CO2 I've never used, but I heard from looking at other things on the internet that CO2 burns hotter and penetrates deeper into steel. I'm going to have to try that and see how that works. But you can also use argon for aluminum. That's what you need to use for aluminum. And also for TIG welding, you need to hook up argon for that. So I bought this because of all the different features that it had. A lot of machines don't have burn back. They don't have the arc force. They don't have inductance. They don't have spool gun capabilities. And they don't have the range for amps from 10 to 200 amps, or the voltage from 10 to 26 volts. So that's why I bought it. And when you compare, when I bought it, I got it for $339. Now it's going for $435. But some of them say, you know, make an offer. When you compare this to the Yeswelder 205DS or the 250 Pro, I think this has just as good of features, if not better. The 205DS doesn't weld aluminum, according to what it says, and it doesn't have the capability for a spool gun. You'd have to bump up to the 250 Pro, which is a lot more money than this one here. If you went with a Harbor Freight Titanium 170 or 200, they're like double the price of this and have about the same features, but then you're stuck with buying all Harbor Freight welding torches that fit the Harbor Freight. If you go with something like this, it's European style, and you can buy these things on eBay and Amazon, and they're all over for parts for it. You can also get the rollers for it. The rollers you can get for V rollers for the wire feed, and they come in V, K, and U. V is for steel, K is for flux core, U is for aluminum, and I bought them. They were $3.99 per roller and $7.30 to ship currently. That'd be $11.30 per roller. It just seems like this machine, you could buy a lot of different features for it. And even for the TIG torch, if you buy it now, it goes for about $60, and you could buy a 49-piece kit for less than $30 for it. So if you buy all that kind of stuff, you're going to be further ahead than buying a Harbor Freight welder or a Yeswelder, as far as I can see. But it's up to you. Make a decision. Take a look and see how this welder compares. And I'm hoping that you'll be able to subscribe. I really need some subscribers to make this worth my while. And I'm hoping this is useful information. I'll be showing the inside of the machine and the display on the front, and I'll show some welding that I've done with the TIG torch, the arc welder, and the MIG torch, doing some aluminum, and I'll try and get to doing some steel, but I have the graphite liner in there for aluminum. So stay tuned. Keep on watching, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe. Thank you.